Welcome back. So before I continue, I just want to add one more thing to the services here, because I'm actually not doing it 100% correct, because if we were talking about the actual service layer pattern, then we should actually add another complete service layer above this that can start grabbing from the data access layer, business logic layer, however it wants. So it would be its own layer. We don't do that in this application. We're going to instead use the service layer idea inside the business layer. Now that's out of the way. You can Google service layer pattern if you want to really dive into how you can do that. But I'm just going to use the service idea inside the business logic layer. Let's do it. Let's actually start working with our new service inside the business logic layer. But first step, we need a new business object in here. And the business object we need is going to be the order business object. So I'm going to add a new item here, a new class actually, and that's going to be an OrderBO. Let me just zoom out a little bit. OrderBO, there we go. And that's the business object for our order, like this. Now the OrderBO is going to be a public class, and it's going to have the same information as the order entity down here right now, at least. So there's no difference between these two, so I'll just copy paste them. There will be later, when we start really diving into using this order, this will start looking differently. Just so you know, we're not just doing this, it's not useless later on. It'll make sense to have different object types in those two layers, right? But for now, it's just going to have the exact same properties right here. So now the OrderBO is in there. The next thing I want to do is actually I also want to make a converter this lesson. So I'm going in again to the add right here on the converters, and I'm going to say add new class, and that's going to be called the OrderConverter. Converter. There we go. So now we have an OrderConverter. That's going to be an internal class. And again, I'm just going to grab some code from the old converter here, the customer converter, because it's the same idea. It's just with an order now, so let me paste that in here. So we're going to say we're going to return an order right here. We're going to send in an order BO right here, and we're going to call it order. And of course, it needs to know about these guys, so I'll just do a control dot and say I'm going to use entities, and I'm going to use the business objects. There we go. And now we're going to say I want to create a new order right here. I'm going to return the order ID. Let's get rid of these guys. I'm going to use the delivery date. That's going to be equal to the order's delivery date, like that. Oh, comma. And I'm going to use the actual order date, and that's going to be equal to the order's order date. So I'm just passing data from the BO order into the actual entity order, right? And then of course we need to do it the other way around as well. So scrolling down here and doing the same thing, except that I'm reverting it now. So now I'm actually creating a new order business object for the actual order that I'm setting in right here. So again, we're going to say order ID is going to pass over to the order ID, and again, the delivery date is going to be passed from the order delivery date. There we go. A lot of this can actually be made a lot simpler using some of the NuGet packages out there, but I don't want to do that right now. Let's just get our hands on some code. And there we go. So now we have the order business object ready in the data access layer, and we have the order converter ready. Let's end this session right here because there was a lot of info. See you next time.